Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey stepping down and the CTO is stepping in. Brian, what are your thoughts about that?
Good, man. About time, But I will tell you this. I don't know how I feel about Jack Dorsey stepping down. The last time he stepped down and walked away from Twitter, their stock tanked big time. And when he did come back, a few years later, he really turned the company back around to where they're at right now. Yeah. So do I think it's a good move? I think, yeah, you know what? He should step down and explore other things. The guy's a brilliant man. He created a Cash App, Twitter. The guy knows what he's doing. I'm just curious to see what other projects he's going to get involved in. That's what I'm more looking at.
NFTs, crypto. What do you think?
That might be the space that he's in, man. Hey, you never know. I mean, he's in the perfect space to be doing it.
Metaverse?
He might be doing that.
But look, this is what he said. He goes, I've decided to leave Twitter because I believe the company is ready to move on from its founders. Dorsey said in a statement released by Twitter, my trust in Parag as Twitter CEO is deep. His work over the past 10 years has been transformational. I'm deeply grateful for his skill, heart, and soul. It's his time to lead. Then said Dorsey warned of the potential pitfalls when a company founder stays on for too long. What's your thoughts?
I mean, it depends, man. It's a hit or miss because no one's gonna care more than the founders. You're gonna have a deep personal connection to the business, which is good and bad because that could also inhibit you from making strong business decisions because you're so set on one way. You might not be open to it. There's a lot of companies that still have founders in them. But I think in this case, what he's trying to do, I think it makes sense. Microsoft stepped away. Bill Gates got away from it. And look where they're at right now. Apple, they stepped away from it. And then they brought back Steve Jobs immediately right after. And look where they're at now. And then, unfortunately, Steve Jobs passed away. You have Tim Cook has taken the company to, historic heights.
Yeah.
And look at Amazon, Jeff Bezos. He stepped down. He stepped down from the CEO role. So I think it's going to be a good move for the company. I have faith in. I think Jack Dorsey is a competent guy. Obviously.
What would you like to see differently now that he's stepping down?
Man, you know what? Just to see how they handled it. There's been a lot of controversy. I'm curious to see how this next one, during the election cycle, how they handle it and how they spread news.
What's your thoughts about the CTO?
If he's been in there for 10 years, the guy knows what he's doing. I'm sure Jack Dorsey groomed him, so he's probably more than ready to step in that role. So I feel confident with him, to be honest with you. I think the stock has more upside for it. And who knows? Probably Twitter gets into the metaverse game.
So I'm also reading some stuff here, saying, and obviously I don't want to go too deep, but I'm hearing some stuff with Parag Agrawal, the new CEO, favors censorship and holds radical views.
Oh, that's his opinion?
Yep. That's his Apparently views? That's what I'm reading over here from some article sources.
I mean, Twitter's already, blocking people. So
what do you think about that?
Before I even go, I want to hear your thoughts, man, because you've been asking me my opinion. What do you think about all that?
Man, I'll tell you honestly, I think part of the CEO of Twitter stepping down is because the fact that there was so much backlash going on as well with some of the shit that's been going on with Twitter. I think, you know what I'm talking about. Some of the censorship stuff, some of the things that have been going on. I think it might have inclined him to want to step down as well. I'm not going to lie. That's part of my theory. I'm not saying that the guy doesn't see another opportunity in having somebody else. I'm not saying that, but I think part of that decision-making process had to do with the fact that the heat that has come his way, some of the way that Twitter has been perceived in the last few years because of the shit that's been going on with them. And I think that he wants to move on to other projects and just take some of that, some of that negativity off his hands. He's still the CEO of Square. He still is staying as CEO of the company Square. So, who knows if he's going to keep focusing on that, make that bigger, or he's going to work on another project. But I think it's going to be interesting to see. Now, again, as we see somebody who's stepping in here who very favors censorship and holds radical views, I don't think that's necessarily going to be a great thing, especially if that's something that, you're seeing people are not too happy with. Who knows? who knows what's going to happen? You know, who knows what's going to happen under the new CEO? Hopefully nothing crazy happens, but we only will know as time continues on.
Yeah, I mean, the censorship, it's real. It's happening. You know, you let the Taliban go in and talk and say whatever they want on social media, but then you block random people spreading like COVID news. So I don't know, man. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, the fact checkers.
That's, you know, who's fact checking the fact checkers?
Yeah, who is fact checking the fact checkers? Come on now.
So
Radicalists out here.